So, what exactly does a vision board have to do with time management? I'm glad you asked. Tawanda here, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, like, subscribe, join me on this journey. I would love to have you and love to walk with you as we go on this journey together. So, the question I had, or many may have at the top of the session, was what does a vision board have to do with time management? If you're new here, we are doing a series on managing our life, several series on managing life. And the first series is going to be time management. And the first session in the first series of time management is going to be casting the vision, creating a vision board. So what exactly does the vision board have to do with time management? In a word, everything. What are you wanting to create time for? In life, we know that we only get a limited amount of time on this earth. What we don't know is how much time we're getting. We don't know when our time on earth will be up. So in that, we need to use our time effectively. Gone are the days of letting years and years go by without moving on your dream that you have or that vision you have of taking your life to the next level. Gone are those days. Now is the time to go to the next level. There's no time like the present. There's no time to waste. We have to be about our Father's business. Now, what does that look like for you, for me? Different for every individual. It's not going to look the same for every individual. But the good thing about it is that God made us all uniquely us, and he has a vision for every single one of us that he's downloaded into your spirit. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you are a spiritual person or not, there is a vision that most people have had for their lives of where they see themselves going. That thing you loved to do as a kid that really, if you could, you would do it for free. Those type of things, those life-altering destiny things is what we're seeking after right now in this series. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of managing, how to manage our time, our years, our months, our days, our weeks, and the like, we will first tackle casting the vision, because there's something that we need to create that time for. We need to create that time for, whether it be spending more time with your family, whether it be spending more time working on getting your business started up, whatever it may be for you, there is something that you need to create time for. But before you get to creating time for just anything, you need to know what that thing is that you're creating time for. So we will be casting the vision first. And here I'm going to tell a little story about my first vision board as well. So my first vision board wouldn't even technically be considered a vision board. It was more of a quote wall or quote board, if you would call it anything. This was at a time when life was going horrible. Life was going horrible for me. The difference between now and then was that even in bad times now, I have a hope. Back then, I had no hope. I was hopeless. I was destitute. I was broke. All those things. And I had no hope that things would get better. I would say the turning point for me was my mentor gave me a Bible for my birthday that year. My mentor gave me a Bible. The year was 2009. And my mentor gave me a Bible. My birthday's in March. And times were so bad back then that our cable got cut off. So just going through financially, didn't have the means to pay the cable bill. Cable got cut off. And guess what? There was nothing for us to do but sit there and look at each other. So what happened? Saw that Bible sitting on the table, picked it up, started reading it. Without that situation, I never would have read through the Bible the first time I read through it. So sometimes situations that seem bad are not all bad. And that started me on the journey to eventually give my life to Christ, or for God to call me to himself. I would really say God was calling me to himself in that season. And that just changed my life all around, just in that turning point at the time. So what does vision have to do with time management? Vision is about making destiny moves in the time allotted to you on this earth. We have no time to waste. We got to make these moves sooner rather than later. So it's time for us to step out there. How did my story end with that first vision board that I had? So what ended up happening was that in August, I believe it was July 4th. That's right. It was July 4th because the message, my mentor invited me to church, and the message was, you are free, you just don't know it. You are free, you just don't know it, which was a perfect July 4th message. It was talking about how spiritually, physically, and spiritually, you're free, but you feel like you're in bondage because you are free, but you're free to serve the Lord. So you're in bondage to the Lord, which is not a bondage at all. It's a freedom. So it was a very well thought out, well put message, and it was timely for that time in my life. And as a result of that message, I came back to the church. I kept coming back. And then in August, I'm not sure the exact date in August, but one Sunday in August, I felt the Lord tugging at my heart. And the good thing about that church was that they always did an altar call every single service, and they did a call for salvation as well. So they did separately. So if you wanted to come up and join the church, and if you wanted to actually just give your heart to the Lord without joining the church, they did it both. So they allowed that space for God to just come in and do whatever he wanted to do in your life, so without being pressured to join the church. So in that moment, as the pastor asked us to repeat the words that he was saying, I gave my heart to Jesus. I just did it. And looking back, that was the best choice I ever made. That year, the year before was great. It was a great year. My theme, and it's been a thing that's kind of happened with me over the years with my mentor. Every year, a theme. She got me started on doing that. 2008 was great. That was the year I graduated, finally got my bachelor's, after taking like 2 classes at a time and working full time, going to school at night. But 2009 was divine. That was the year I gave my life to the Lord. So, and it's been a great journey ever since. It's been an adventure. It's not been perfect. It's not been all roses, but it has been great, and I would not trade it for the world. So what does vision board planning have to do with time management? The time is now for us to start to walk into our destiny, walk into our calling. Description of this video, I've placed a link to one of my favorite songs right now that has been on repeat, which is Tina Campbell, Destiny. It's such a beautiful song talking about your destiny and walking in your destiny and coming into your destiny. Also, I link below a prayer by a phenomenal prayer warrior that my mother introduced me to, Fernando Perez. He has a prayer on destiny that just shakes you to your core. He prays that thing over you. So check those out as well in the description below, and like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell for more videos like this, and there will be more information to come on the vision board session. Thanks.